This is ABTV, Animal Bites Television.
Take a look at this gorgeous animal here. This happens to be a scaleless Texas rat, but it's actually a specific line that we've been breeding here at BHB to try to be as vibrant and gorgeous as possible. All scaleless Texas rat snakes are recessive, but these guys have been line bred and recessive to make some of the most brilliant patterns out there. And this year, I tell you what, we've been hatching some screamers. It totally blows my mind. You know what else blows my mind? 400 weeks ago, 2,800 days ago, and 67,200 hours ago, I launched the very first SnakeBytes show. That's right, this is our 400th episode. It's been a wild journey, and today I'm going to take a little look back and tell you guys how much I appreciate it. You're watching SnakeBytes. My name is Brian Barczyk. I'm no zoologist, just a guy with a passion for animals, and that passion often takes me on animal adventures around the world. This week I'm at BHB Reptiles for the 400th episode of SnakeBytesTV. You're watching SnakeBytes. It's really amazing how far things have come. I've talked about it before. When I really started SnakeBytes, I was thinking I was going to do 6 or 8 episodes and basically be done with it. You know, I just thought, oh, this will be fun. And over the years, it's just kind of become such a big part of who I am and what I believe in. And just bringing you guys along on my journey has been really amazing. You guys know that I've always been a huge ball python guy. And even though ball pythons are much more common now and aren't as exciting maybe to most people as they used to be, I'm still super excited about it. And even things like this pinstripe lorry ball python is just a cool project that we bred into some things. We've got some eggs that are about to hatch that are going to be really cool to see the combos with that lorry project. But my point is that when I first started out on this journey, I was kind of uncomfortable kind of being in front of a camera and even sharing my life. I've told people all the time that I'm actually a relatively private guy. It's hard to believe it, anyone that follows me on social media, that I like to keep things to myself because I'm so open with you guys. But I've talked to many people about the fact that when I started this journey, I thought, you know, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to open my life up. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad, to be honest with you. I love it. You know, when I go on an adventure or travel or meet people, I'm constantly bringing you guys along with that journey, whether it's on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or here on YouTube. I want to share my experiences with you guys. And that is a lot different than when I started. I was so uncomfortable with that idea. And now, to be honest with you, my experiences are more rich knowing that so many people are following along. And it's cool when you get out to an expo or you meet someone on the street and they kind of know about your tattoos, or they know about the fact that you're afraid of bridges, or that you love giraffes. I mean, it's just been a really neat experience, and I can't tell you how unusual. By the way, this is a Cine winner, which is a cinnamon pinstripe spider ball python, which is pretty awesome. But I digress for a second there. The point is that, you know, it's kind of changed my life. You know, I've told people that when I started SnakeBytes, I was really just passionate about animals, you know, and that was all I really cared about. And over this journey, I've become more passionate about animals, being able to share my experiences with you and then getting your feedback of not only how maybe my show affects your vision of animals, but also the fact that, you know, I'm able to continue to grow my passion because I'm now sharing it with so many people. It's almost hard to explain. And this, by the way, is a beautiful snake. This is, you know, it's one of my favorite ball pythons. Of course, you guys know I say that all the time, but this is a lavender pinstripe, and I love the lavenders and I love the pinstripes. So together, that makes a gorgeous, gorgeous snake. But back to my point is that it's amazing how far this journey has become, and how much my passion has switched just from the animal side to now just as much about the education side. I want people to be educated about all animals with a special affinity on reptiles and snakes because that's what I love so much. So again, it's amazing how you grow as a person. And hey, we're coming up on our 9th year anniversary. Again, 400 shows. I can't even believe that, you know, to think that, you know, I've had a couple people just recently, it kind of makes me feel old, to be honest with you. I've had a couple of recent people come up to me at shows and say, I've been watching you since I was 5 years old, and now they're mid-teens, and I think, holy cow, that's crazy to think that this little kid was watching our show and now he's still watching in his mid-teens. So it's been a great journey, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. could I have ever imagined that I would be this passionate about doing snake bites? Never in a million years, because when I first started, I didn't even really want to do it. I just thought, oh, this will be all right. Let's see what happens. And now it's literally like, yeah, everything to me. I mean, you know, as much I love the animals and I could never live without the animals, but this is like enhanced my experience with the animals. So it's, no, I couldn't imagine it gotten this far. And you know, the thing that's really crazy is, you know, I can't imagine how far it's going to go. You know, how much longer? Is it going to be another 5 years, 10 years, 15 years? Am I going to be 70 years old and still doing a web? I don't know. It's pretty exciting. What have I learned from doing the show for almost 9 years? To be honest with you, it's been pretty amazing how much I've learned. I've learned a lot about myself, the fact that the things that I like, the things that I like to share. I've learned so much about myself through you guys, to be honest with you. You know, it's pretty amazing to be able to share such a big part of my life and my passion of animals with you guys. And every day, you guys send me messages and emails and comments on YouTube videos, and you know, I really do read them all. I mean, I spend so many hours a day just kind of pouring through comments and messages, and sure, you get the negative ones every now and then, but I don't really pay that much attention to that. But overwhelming, it's just inspiring to me to read all of that stuff, and honestly, it makes me, you know, learn a lot about what I want to do with my future. You know, I've kind of changed a lot of my path, to be totally honest with you, from being just a completely reptile breeder, and that's all I really care about, again, to what I was saying earlier about, you know, wanting to educate people and be more involved in the kind of front end of the reptile hobby and just animals in general. So it's been pretty interesting how much I've learned about myself and how deep my passion is for animals. I mean, I knew I loved animals, but to be honest with you, you guys have made me realize that I love them even more than I even thought, which is really awesome too. And of course, I've learned a lot about production. You know, when we first started, I didn't know what side of the camera to be on, to be honest with you. I didn't know much about lenses. I didn't know much about equipment or editing or uploading or file size or any of that other stuff. So there's so much and quite frankly, YouTube itself is just an unbelievable. I mean, outside of the animals, just learning YouTube is like amazing. It's a wizardry, to be honest with you, how crazy that world is. So so yeah, the last 9 years has been pretty spectacular, and the amount of growth that I've had in that time in so many areas of my life has been pretty spectacular, and quite frankly, you know, you guys have been a big part of that growth. You know, it's you know, I tell people this all the time. You know, I don't know if you understand how important, you know, watching and commenting and sharing these videos are. I mean, when you guys do that to me and for me, it's amazing to me. I mean, it gives me the energy. Sometimes, hey, I'm usually a half glass full type of guy. I always try to look at life as positively as I can, but the truth is I wake up in the morning sometime and think, my gosh, I've got 18 hours of work to do and all this other stuff, and quite frankly, a lot of times when I wake up and read your guys' comments and messages, it inspires me to keep going, even on those days when I want to just say, I can't do it, I gotta just stay in bed today. So your support means the world to me. It really does, and I can't thank you enough for letting me take you on this journey, and I'm thinking the journey has just begun. I hope you guys do too. I really wanted to start Snake Bites because I felt that there was a vacuum that was there after Steve Irwin died, you know. It just seemed like all the networks cut all the shows like Steve Irwin's, you know, and I didn't ever want to be Steve Irwin. I never wanted to replace him. There'll never be a replacement for it. He was a legend. But I thought there's nobody trying to really spread the word of love, in particular of reptiles and snakes, but of all animals. And I thought, you know, I'm going to give this a go, you know, not to replace him or be the next Steve Irwin, but just to maybe be a little piece of it, you know, like if I could just take a little percentage of what he did and still kind of get that message out to people. That's really why I started it. Again, never really knowing what it was going to become, but that was my inspiration right off the bat, was I just didn't want his message to die when he died. I tell you, Snake Bites really didn't start out being Snake Bites. It was really BYTES for computer bites, but there's no doubt that some of these snakes can get pretty bitey, and There's certainly been plenty of bites over the last 9 years. In particular, olive pythons have not been my friend.
Your hands go.
Yeah, she's got me pretty tight. Oh, you can see it starting to coil up now. Uh-oh, I'm in trouble. This is gonna hurt, guys. Oh, gosh. Yeah, well, I guess what? So anyways.
Jeez.
I knew it. I knew
Oh, you're kidding. Pretty time he's still on here, mate.
Oh, he's got me good. But nobody has ever been as good at snake bites as good old Chewy.
I like to use my man technique. Cause me, I'm not scared. Put him out, put him out. Ow! We are the world. We got me. You got me. Oh! Ow! She's caught. Oh! Ow! Look, she's got. Oh! She's really got these. Oh. Hey guys, it's been 8 years, 400 episodes, but Brian has to let this alligator out, so I have to come back for now. But I'll be back later for more. Let me get this alligator back. Come in the pond. How do I get him in the pond? Woo! 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 Oh! Come on, get in the pond. Yes! Just like old times, baby!
What I'd like to see for snake bites in the future is just a larger audience, reaching more people, more travel, more interviews with other reptile lovers. As a matter of fact, I've been thinking about doing a series on, say, people that have less than 200 snakes around the country and travel around and really just get to know those people and show off their passion on a smaller, very much hobbyist level. You know, I'd love to see things just get bigger, you know, better production, better shows, more excitement, more diversity. I mean, you know, really the thing is for me is that, you know, I always think big. And although, you know, we reach 3 million views a month now, the truth is I'd like to reach 100 million views a month, because I think there's that many animal lovers out there, and I want to serve up whatever they want so that we're fulfilling that and continuing to just preach the passion of animals. So there it is, the 400 Snake Bites TV show. Some of you have been with me from the beginning, and some of you have just found me, and I hope you'll stick around. It's been an absolute blast, and I can only hope that we're gonna do 400 more episodes in the future. And as always, I was Facebooking and tweeting my way through it, so make sure to follow me over at SnakeBytesTV and on Instagram at SnakeBytes.tv. Until next week, you've been watching Snake Bites.
Hi, I'm Peter Birch, an Aussie bloke who loves wildlife. My respect for nature started when I was a young boy in rural New South Wales. Since then, it's exploded into an obsession. New episodes every Thursday, only on Animal Bites TV.